In this video, I'll be talking about Solar Assistant and how it integrates with Home Assistant. Probably most of the people watching this video are already quite familiar with Home Assistant, but just in case there are some who are not, I'll start with a brief introduction. So Home Assistant is a free and open source software that can manage all your smart home devices. So rather than having multiple apps for each manufacturer, they can all live on Home Assistant. I started using Home Assistant out of a Docker container set up on my Synology NAS. But you can run Home Assistant on any computer you happen to have lying around. I've now progressed to using Home Assistant Green, which is a mini computer with all the software already installed. Once you have Home Assistant installed, then you want to integrate all your smart home equipment. Then the fun starts, building a dashboard. This is a way of showing the information in the form that is easiest for you to use. Now, if you happen to have solar, then you will probably want to have your solar information front and center. This is the integrations page of my Home Assistant, and you can see my GrowWatt inverters don't want to play nice with Home Assistant. So that leads us to Solar Assistant. Unlike Home Assistant, unfortunately Solar Assistant is not free. But the cheapest way to get into it is to purchase the software only and flash it onto an SD card and then insert that into a Raspberry or an Orange Pi. I decided to order an Orange Pi with the software pre-installed. It seemed to be the easiest way to go, and this is what my installation looks like. So these are my 4 GrowWatt SPF 5000 ES inverters, and this is how I've connected them to Solar Assistant. So that is the data port, and it is a USB-B connector. Unfortunately, the Wi-Fi dongle is pretty wide, and you can see that that would block access completely to that USB port there. So that is why I have installed a USB extension for the Wi-Fi dongle. So you can see that I have USB-B to USB-A connected to each of my inverters. That then connects to a USB hub, which then connects to an Orange Pi from the Raspberry Pi family that is running Solar Assistant. And you can see that's the last one there. So this is a way that Solar Assistant can connect to all 4 of the inverters and combine the data for them, because the Shine Phone app that comes with GrowWatt means that you have to drill down into each inverter to see the data. If I open the app that comes with my GrowWatt inverters, it's called Shine Phone, you'll see that it looks like not much solar production at the moment. It's 8:54 when I'm doing this. But in actual fact, the app is only telling me what's happening
in this inverter, the inverter that ends in T, I have a whole bunch of other inverters, and they produce different numbers. So to get the full picture, I have to click through all the inverters. It's not ideal, really. I mean, if you just have a single inverter, you're probably okay just using the app that came with that inverter. But certainly integrating that into your Home Assistant dashboard will certainly be a bit of a challenge. By comparison, if I open my Solar Assistant app, you can see that the solar production is a lot higher because it's collated all the information from all the inverters. It's just much more useful, and if you have just a single inverter, then you'll probably find just using the app that comes with it. Although getting that information into your Home Assistant dashboard is going to be quite difficult. But if you have multiple inverters, then really Solar Assistant makes a lot of sense.
So how do you get Solar Assistant into your Home Assistant? Well, it used to be really quite difficult because you needed to use an MQTT broker. An MQTT is Message Queuing Telemetry Transport, which is an open standard messaging protocol. But now Solar Assistant offers an official Home Assistant integration, which is much easier to work.
Opening up my Smart Home app folder, you can see you end up with a whole collection of different apps for different pieces of smart home equipment. But if I open my Home Assistant app, and this is going to the last page that I was looking at, which is my solar page, I have the option of deciding exactly what information is shown here and the order in which it's shown. So the most important thing for me is the batteries, the state of charge of the batteries. And if you have multiple batteries, you want to see the total amount across those batteries. So this is not looking at one battery, it's actually looking at all the batteries. So that's the state of charge. Easy to read it. And then there's a graph here showing the power of the battery, which you can click onto to get more information. And then we have 3 inverters and the load that those inverters have got, that they're running to. This is the load of the house. And then I've got the 3 inverters and what they're producing in terms of power from the PV. And then I have the temperature of those inverters. And for me, that is the most critical information, and I have it all in one place, and I have it in a very accessible way. That's why I think that Home Assistant is such an excellent tool, because you don't rely on the manufacturer's app to provide you the information that they think you want, but you can collate that information and you can order it and you can portray it in whatever way you want to. And you know, I can say, do an if this then that statement, if the batteries get to 25%, send me a message, or set an alarm, or something like that. Once the information is in Home Assistant, you have many options. Temperature of inverter is too high. Switch on the air conditioning. That sort of thing.